Great. Today's speech is about how people think. And how do we gauge how people think without a test? Test number 1. Now keep in mind, I want you guys to shout out answers. This is a test. Give me your first thought on what comes to your mind. Shout it out.
Angry.
Rage.
Rage, yes.
Excellent. Test number 2. Shout it out as fast as you can.
Oh,
Big number.
Math.
yeah.
Multiplication.
Calculator.
6.
Come on. What's the answer?
Formula. Slide into 800.
Okay, we could be here all day. It's 408, actually.
We failed that one.
Final test.
Brave enough to try.
Final test for you. Which line is longer?
They're even.
But you've seen this before.
It's optical illusion.
So why did I show you these things? That's because there's 2 modes of thinking that people have. The very first one being fast thinking, the angry guy. You picked it up without even going in your mind. Wow, that face makes me feel like he's angry at me. You did that instantly. It's automatic. It's based on experiences, and we're always prone to use it everywhere we go. We always run to this fast thinking. You did it with that equation as well. Now the second part of thinking is the difficult one. It takes effort, and we're really prone to avoid it. Everyone probably felt a little tenseness when they tried to remember grade school, where you do the multiplication and do this sort of thing. So this is the 2 modes of thinking that we're talking about, and this is how people think. Why is this important? When you go gambling and you're sitting at a table playing blackjack, they plan on you using fast, intuitive thinking. I think this is the best odds, and in the end, you're going to lose anyway if you gamble. But this is what the casino banks on, that you're not going to get out your calculator or your cheat book and hold it up and go, this is the cards he has and do this. They're playing on your fast thinking. Next thing is detecting anger in someone's voice. Another thing we can detect at a moment's instance, and it's because it's intuitive. We own this thing. People talking about you. Have you ever walked in a room and had people look around at you? Go, I think they might have been talking at me. Again, intuition. How about a dangerous driver in the next lane? You notice them swerving a little bit, instantly you get tense when you're behind the wheel. Again, this fast thinking has a place. Finally, as time goes on, your fast thinking diminishes. And what happens is you have expectations and you're no longer surprised. So every morning when I drive to work and I'm on the freeway and someone starts swerving in their lane, I'm a little bit less surprised because people are still on their phones or not paying attention. But that surprise, as time goes on, our fast intuition tends to diminish. Here's another example with driving a car. Our slow, rational choices take over. So an example is you're driving your car, someone's next to you, and they're talking to you. And you can generally hold a conversation, but have you ever tried to back up your car while someone's been talking to you? What do?
You either ignore them or...
You immediately stop talking. Exactly, and that's because your automatic behavior had to switch and you had to engage different parts of your mind to see where you're backing up and doing these things. Another thing is exercise. You know you're exercising and you're really working out when you're actually thinking about your breathing. Now, I've been to the gym and seen people on the cell phone doing the treadmill and talking like this. They're not really exercising. But exercise is another example where your brain starts to engage other things because you're worried about breathing, your legs are tired, and you kind of zone out. It's what I would kind of call that runner's zone that sometimes people get into when they exercise. So finally, why am I telling you all this? Because there's a time and a place for each one of these fast and slow thinking things. But we are always going to go to this fast thinking first. In doing that, we tend to make mistakes. And the converse of that is that slow thinking is actually limited. We don't have a lot of slow thinking things we could do at any one time. For instance, solving that math problem. we couldn't do that math problem and then write a speech for Toastmasters at the same time. No, we're limited in the other things we can do. So let's get back to a little test for you folks, now that you are very in tune to this.
4.
Fast thinking. Count the number of F's in this sentence.
3.
5.
5.
Oh.
6? Oh, there were 6. I missed one. We said 5.
So, first we used fast, then we had to run to our slow thinking to really focus on that. Shout it out. What color is this?
Red.
Red.
But you wanted to say something else. What color is this?
Green.
What color is this?
Purple.
Oh, you guys are good. What color is this?
Whoa.
Ooh,
It's not color, you better run.
It's a tiger.
Better engage that fast thinking quick. So in conclusion, there are 2 types of thinking, fast and slow thinking. Fast thinking is always much easier, and we always want to do that. But in most cases, try to use that slow thinking that's a little more difficult. You'll make less mistakes at work. Your boss kind of pays you to do a little bit of slow thinking and do things right at work. And finally, you won't say dumb things to your significant other.